My mum passed away yesterday. She was 45 years old. She died in a fire. She had brain aneurysm. And she had many health conditions. She could barely walk. Sometimes she was barely able to speak. But it was the fire that killed her. It was the fire that took her. And it does make sense. It was not what I was expecting. I knew that there was always potential for her to go. I know that there's potential for everyone to go. But even knowing that, and even kind of to some degree preparing my mind and my soul, knowing that anyone could be lost at any moment, it's like, my mum, where are you? Mum, one day I can speak to you and call you back, and the next day I can't. And she called me, and I think we spoke. I hope we spoke after that. But if I left us on a missed call. Anyway, this video is so that I can share with those of you who know me, who knew her, who love us, and who just want to be on this journey with us. I'm now on a journey of grieving. I'm now on a journey of grieving. I'm now on a journey of randomly bursting out into tears and crying in front of strangers when I'm trying to buy something and something's happening. I'm now on a journey of having to explain to my kids again and again and again that grandma isn't here anymore. I'm now on a journey of wondering what's the point of everything, but also wanting to do the best that I can while I have time. I'm now on a journey of wanting to be close to all the people that I love, because taking so much time and not being close to my mum over the last year, and then just getting her back, just beginning to speak again, and now she's gone. One thing I know for sure is grief changes people. I know that grief changes people. Grief shows up in different ways and manifests differently in people. And I know my spirit, I thank God, I have my mum's spirit in that she was a joyful person. In all things, she would find joy. And so I know what I'm going to do, and I know what my intent is with this journey of grief. I know that I'm going to pour myself into the best things. I'm going to cry, and I'm going to let that part out, and I'm going to cry with others. I'm going to mourn. That sadness will come out, and I will freely let it, and I will not stop it. But also I will rejoice. I will rejoice in her life. I will rejoice because she lived. I will rejoice because she was good. I will rejoice because she was loved, and she connected us to so many people. And I think she always knew that that was important. And this morning I've woken up and I've been praying, and I've been thinking, and I've been pondering, questioning, and what it all comes down to is her soul is happier and more at peace now. And I used to hear people say this a lot. I used to hear people say, at least they're at peace now, rest in peace. And honestly, I didn't know what that meant. But I think it applies most to people who were suffering and struggling, which I know my mum had her fair share of suffering and struggling here. But there are things about her that were wonderful and amazing, and she was the sort of woman to glam up for every occasion, to get dressed up at every opportunity, and rejoice with people, to meet people, to stop, to talk to them. And while she is gone, I pray that that spirit that she had to love people, to get dressed up, to have a larger than life spirit, I pray that that lives on in all of her children, in all of us that know her. And I need to get home to get there, because let's get ready. Let's get ready to praise the Lord. Let's get ready to remember Aliyah, and let's get ready to live larger than life.
You see, guys, I'm just a little bit conflicted, but not very much. I feel like I've set my mind to do the thing that I know she would have wanted me to do. My mum and I, sometimes we were close and sometimes we were not. Sometimes we were good and sometimes we were not. And I'm so grateful to God that in the last few days of her life, she reached out to me and just wanted to make amends because we lost someone else. And one thing that kept us close and rooted that she always told me, she was so proud of the life that I was living. She was so pleased that I was sharing online. She began sharing online like relentlessly because she just wanted to capture all of the moments and just have that story to tell. And she loved that I created content. She loved that I created YouTube videos. She loved that I posted on Instagram. She loved that I had pages for the girls. She loved that I just shared that. And she got that essence. Even when we weren't close, she still felt close. And she told me this regularly. She was proud of all of my content, whether I was glammed up and made into Barbie or whether I just look like how I look now, a little bit wretched and a little bit crying. And it's definitely something that I love with all my heart. And I know that I have footage of her, so much footage of her. I have memories from past vlogs. I have memories from mostly pre-COVID. And, you know, I started creating a lot of content after that. But prior to that, I'm so grateful that I created some. I'm so grateful that she filmed a lot as well and she posted that we are the women in our family with the camera. That's just up in people's faces all the time. And she was relentless. Like I said, relentless with it. She would post anything, a slippage, eating, you're like, you know, and you don't even know she's taking a picture versus going to the gym, phone out like this. She gave me confidence when I lost my confidence in creating content. And I'm doing this video now. I don't think that I look glamorous. I don't think that it looks amazing, but I know that she would have wanted me to continue. And I know that she would have wanted me to not care too much, not to think too much. She would have wanted me to be happy. She would have wanted me to stay in touch with everybody that knew us in childhood, knew us growing up. And I just want to do the things that she would have wanted because she always wanted joy. She always wanted good things. And while I want to just retreat and go silent and sit there and talk to no one and be alone and ponder and think, which I probably will still do at some point, I am definitely moving into in the direction of the things that she would have wanted, because for some reason they are things that I too want, but maybe fear, maybe lack of engagement, maybe just concern with like, how do I look to other people when I do this? All of that out the window now. So this summer I am announcing a daily summer vlog. I'm so excited. But also because vlogging is my natural style of creating content, I film everything just naturally without even thinking about it, and then I do voiceovers afterwards. I want to get into the habit of actually presenting and talking to you guys directly, just like this. So right now this is a little bit of a test. This is just to make sure that the microphone is working, that the setup is good. This can be my go-to background. I think it looks absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna put some lights out here. I've got the solar panel ones, and my problem is I always forget to put them out when the sun's out. And then I'm like, let's get the lights out at night. And then I'm like, well, I have to charge them with the sun, and I haven't done that today. So at some point I will do that, because we're gonna just be back here all summer long. We're gonna be back here with friends. We're gonna be back here by ourselves. We're gonna be back here on solo trips. We're right here, right now with the family. They've all just gone to go and tell some stuff to the reception. I don't really know, I'm really paying so much attention. But anyway, this is a test. So I'm just gonna check to see if the sound sounds good and just to see like what actually looks good. I really like this. I love my caravan so much. So you heard it here first. All summer long we are doing daily vlogs. That section of the video I filmed before I found out, obviously. I was so filled with joy and so excited, and I actually looked good. And ever since I found out, I just let myself go for the next 24 hours. But now I'm washing my face, I'm retwisting bits of my hair, and I am not getting changed until I get to London because I ain't got no other clothes that are clean right now. We've been out here for a while. Was planning to go to the laundrette, make the place nice, but I just want to be in London. I just want to go back to, you know, being with people. I want to be with people. I don't want to be alone, because I have a tendency to isolate. I have a tendency when things get hard to just lock the world off. I have definitely got that tendency, and you know, I just, yeah, in mourning, in grieving, I am so glad that there are things about my mum that I can look towards and be like, she had that which I admired. And I'm just going to think of those things. Just like the Bible says, if there's anything good, if there's anything worthy, if there's anything joyous, if there's anything glorious, if there's anything wonderful, if there's anything uplifting, anything encouraging, anything empowering, think of those things. In this scenario, I definitely need to listen to the wisdom of the Bible, and I need to think of those things. And I'm thinking of those things regarding my mum, because that's why, because that's the right thing to do. That's definitely what she would have wanted to do. That's what feels good, rejoicing and remembering the good things in her life, rather than crying about the sad things in her life and the sad times and the hard times and the struggles and the pain. And like, thinking of that, I will break down and I will isolate and I will not talk to you and I don't want anything to do with anyone. But thinking of the good times, it just makes me so happy. You know, one of my sayings in life, one of the quotes in life that has always got me through everything, well, mostly heartbreak and separation and loss, but it was, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. So I'm out here finding out one day later that my mum has passed away, and I am going to rejoice in her life. I am going to smile because she lived. I'm going to smile because she was wonderful. I'm going to proclaim how amazing she was and what her beautiful spirit was like to other people. And I kept telling her, especially in the last days, Mum, if I could take anything from you, it is that spirit of love that you have for other people. You will stop. This is something that nobody else would do. I know I don't have this spirit in me right now, but you would see someone in the street in need and you would stop and you would just, not like, oh, I ought to help, you know, God's watching. No, it was, what's wrong? Like, what do you need? How can I help? Right, just stop doing that. You reverse back. Like, she just got involved in everything. And I literally, all my siblings, we had this thing of like, oh, here Mum goes again. And we would be annoyed. We would just be frustrated. We would walk off. We would want nothing to do with the people. But she never had that. She stopped. Even though we would just be frustrated and cussing her out, Mum, you're always talking to people, man. You're always stopping. You're always slowing us down. She just wouldn't, because her spirit truly was a good spirit and it was for people. And it's a spirit that I'm like, Lord, this is the spirit. This reminds me of the story of the Good Samaritan. And it's like, I desire to have this. I desire to be this way. So I'm gonna break out of my funk, break out of my shell of like, I don't want to speak to people. I just want to be by myself. I don't want anyone to talk to me. Like, what? Excuse me? Do you know who your mum is? Do you know who your mum was?